Wait, what do you mean you haven't subscribed and hit the bell? Anyway, what's up? I'm Epic Tom. Welcome to Evolution SMP. I got a new skin on to celebrate, the brand new update that we just did to Alpha 1.2.2. The first solo vid of the new update. Yeah. So I want to show you guys some of the stuff that I did. I didn't put a slab there for some reason, but I started decorating this downstairs area because I finally have an idea for it. And man, I am just fucking buzzing, dude. It is almost 9 in the morning. But I had a Red Bull, so I'm just kind of like hanging out. I've been up since like 7, just kind of chilling. So I did this. This is going to be a little kitchen area. This is really just temporary to have something here so that I don't forget to put a kitchen here, but I'll probably do that here. I might knock out those windows or at least change them. And this is just a shitty table, and I actually managed to get the chairs, aka the stairs, to go in the directions I wanted them to. So we're gonna put a door here actually because I put a wall. I put a wall along this pathway because every time I walked up and down this pathway, there were always, the monsters that would kind of chase me whenever I would. I don't know if they have much on video, so I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about if you watch these, but what. Yeah, like I need to make this whole walkway here, this whole beach, like as monster proof as possible because these dudes will just walk on up. So there were like 3 or 4 of them that spawned over here while I was working on this whole thing, and it was just more proof that we needed it. So anyway, I'm gonna put a door here. It looks like the sun's coming up, so hopefully the enemies will go away. I hear them. I hear that guy outside. I don't really like that at all. But yeah, so I'll cut to that. All right, so here's my idea. We're gonna knock all this out. It doesn't really matter what tool I do it with, I guess. But there's gonna be a staircase here, and it's going to lead to another protected pathway that will let us over here, and it gradually will slowly but surely like mark our territory. So that them damn mobs know not to come here. I gotta get logs. Shite. Oh, that's food. I thought this said wood, and I was like, where'd my wood go? Where'd my wood go? Such a classic video. I used to know this guy. I kind of miss him. Who was obsessed with those old Element animation, like Villager cartoons. I really miss that guy. It's kind of a shame what happened with us, really. But he got stuck on a fence and fucking died. No. In fact, this is something that I've wanted to do more of as I do these videos, is talk about things that are more important to me, because the rest of my videos are fucking wacky and stupid. But these videos, I record these mostly when I'm actually, going through it, and I need to have some way to kind of unwind. And, this is a pretty cool way to do that. And I used to know this guy. I used to know this, he was a young Hollywood actor. I met him when we were like 11 years old on Minecraft, and we'd known each other ever since. But at some point or another, he started to get really, really bitter and kind of like nasty. He would just kind of complain all the time, and he was really short-tempered. And at some point, he started becoming really like Zionist and obnoxious. And I don't have really time to explain Zionism and Israel and all that stuff, and just know it's pretty bad. And so without going too into that, he's basically he's just thoroughly of the opposite opinion when it comes to the Israel-Palestine conflict, which is that I think that Palestine should exist, and he doesn't seem to like that. And so, fuck, I invited him to work on a cartoon with me, and he was one time, and he was talking about fucking he was complaining about blackwashing like ginger characters. He was saying that like ginger characters get fucking bad rap or whatever, and it came off to me kind of as just some like entitled man child, a little bit pissed about South Park still, getting made fun of for South Park. Watch me totally fucking fail making this front door, by the way. How's this for YouTube content? It's Alpha Minecraft's fault, not mine. But anyway, yeah, that's just a really, really devastating thing that happened to me. Like it's probably not devastating to other people. Like there are homeless people, there are people who've lost family members to cancer, there are people undergoing genocide in real life right now. Um, but I don't know. That was just like a fucked up thing that I still think about all the time because I don't know. Like the world is really going to shit, man. It's just really effed, and it's hard to like lose people like that. To like see someone that you care about slowly losing it, and I feel like half the time I feel like it's more than likely not even their fault. Like bro lives in LA. His brain is probably like 50% heavy metals just from going outside his whole life, Like it's really difficult. It's difficult to talk to people, to get to know people, especially people from that sort of Hollywood sphere. It's really fucked to see what like that long-term exposure to that environment will do to people. And we wanted to, we were like creative partners and stuff. We used to work together, but his big influences were basically just like Disney and Marvel movies. So that was kind of difficult as well. But I realized I might have dodged a bullet being friends with a cuck redditor, maybe. I don't know, but that seems like a really uncharitable, disingenuous way to think about it. But whatever. Not to be too depressing or anything at 9 in the morning, but yeah. But I've made lots of new friends. That's another thing, is that for every one that you lose, it's actually pretty easy to make a bunch of new ones, even if they're not like I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit on this. This feels really loud. I hope that I'm loud in comparison to the audio. Um, Literally, the loudest noise in history is the old grass block breaking sound. Um, but I've made lots of new cool friends. I think the solution is maybe just to go talk to people. Oh shit! I forgot to throw my shovel on the ground. The solution is just to talk to as many people as possible. The only way I found my way into this SMP that you're watching me play right now is actually because I didn't really know this group very well. It's August's like Discord group. Oh, I took a pickaxe instead of a shovel. It's August's Discord group, and it's all August's friends or whatever. And I knew a handful of them beforehand, but not really many. But I wasn't really sure. I'd been in the group for years, just kind of passively watching, and I didn't start participating until recently because I wasn't really sure. How do you go about meeting people on the internet? In like a way that's safe, because hey man, I don't I don't want to buy any Bibles. I'm fine. Out of every 100 people that I meet, unfortunately, most of them disappear at some point or another, which is fine. Like that's kind of supposed to happen. But it sort of feels like the internet makes that process happen. Like, like the amount of people that you would meet and then phase out in like a lifetime happens to you like basically every day on the internet now if you spend any amount of time interacting with community on social media at all. Um, and it's just it's really easy to meet people and sort of have the wrong person enter your life now, and I think that that's why maybe, I don't know, Gen Z relationships with each other are so fucked up. Even Gen Z friendships are basically, like people my age born in like the early 2000s to the late 90s, their whole I was born in 2003, so I'm 22 and a half. um but I remember, every male friend group that I experienced either in person or on the internet was essentially just like the at the root of all of it was just evil, just pure evil. There's so much evil in young men, dude. Like there's so much. It is actually the most tainted species on earth, is like young white men. Kind of hits hard to be like, oh wow, that's irreversible damage done to my society. No, no problem or whatever. That's just like permanent brain pathways solidified for the rest of time in these people, that makes them insane forever. And they can all vote, every single one of them, the cherry on top. I sound like Brian Griffin. I'm cutting down these trees. I really want to make this like a habitable little area, because it's been a while since I'd made like a successful like Minecraft town. Like I've had a handful of servers um going, you know, over the last year or so, or I've attempted to make a town because I've in 2025 I tried to change my philosophy on how I play this game on purpose. I want to make a little town. I had a couple attempts to get towns off the ground, but none of them went anywhere. But I want to change my approach to playing Minecraft because for many many years I was one of those like classic Minecraft purists. I was like, you know, I only want to play beta forever. Beta is the superior version. I hate new Minecraft. I realize now though that Minecraft is actually fucking awesome, and I shouldn't be complaining about a video game that gives me an endless stream, seemingly never ending, with no end in sight, stream of free content that I can play for buying the game once, twice. I've bought the game twice. Um, the account I'm on right now is the one I bought this account in like 2016 or whatever after playing for a while because I fucking forgot to log into my other one or something. But yeah, so when I say change my philosophy on playing Minecraft, I mean I'm trying not to play this the way that it seems other people my age have sort of fallen into the groove of playing it, where it sort of is just about grinding and getting gear. Like if you guys have seen my videos on the where we play the map questioning, my friend Pringle, who I play that with, he's like one of the best Minecraft players I've ever known, and he sort of does like the Gen Z Minecraft approach, like the no fun allowed. Essentially, it just has to be like balls to the wall, grind for as much as possible for like 16-hour days for maybe like 3 consecutive days, and then just not play again. But he sort of keeps himself going by building things. He just builds. We had this old realm with some old friends, and he littered the whole thing with like these bridges. They were like borderline highways, and he essentially built a fortress, like a huge wall around our whole house. And I just think like that's sort of got to be the point of Minecraft. I think is that you got to take the hostile world and sort of build, like your sort of motivation has to be almost building against the odds, and I think that it's just new Minecraft has so much stuff in it that is made easy because they need new players, to be able to understand it. Like Minecraft was borderline unfair to new players. I feel like it's just not an easy game to get into the way that I'm playing it right now. And I don't know. I don't necessarily think that they've made the game like too easy. I think that, if you know what you're doing in Minecraft, you're already going to know what you're doing in Minecraft, regardless of whether or not you spawn next to a village. And I think, I don't know. I've just really been trying to think like I need to play Minecraft less like a video game, and I think more like I think I need to play it less like a gamer is what I think I mean to say. Like I need to play it less like a gamer's video game, like fucking CS:GO or TF2 or whatever, where like, the mechanics are the key and that's sort of the fun thing about it. Whereas with Minecraft is just sort of, this is like a little mini humanity simulator. You just build against the odds. Your whole goal is basically just to make a habitable environment against monsters, and there's like a handful of bosses that you can fight along the way now, but I think for the most part it's still the core experience. And I think that your motivation is what makes your Minecraft experience. I think that like if you specifically like the challenge of old Minecraft, like what I'm playing now, then yeah, this is the version for you. I gotta do something here to make this look nice, but I don't know. It's just sort of like it is always just going to depend on your motivation. I think how you enjoy Minecraft. Let me put down some logs here. Yeah, I'm kind of growing further and further from the beta purism movement every day. Actually, the longer I have to play on this alpha version of Minecraft, the more I think it sucks. Even though this is still great, but I mean, in comparison, this fucking sucks. Like all the expression that I want to do, like all the ways in which I want to spice up my world with interesting buildings. They unfortunately all are just going to look the same. My society is going to be a washed out gray and brown world until I can get more bricks. But I think the new Minecraft has a lot of ideas, and I think new ideas and diversity of ideas are always objectively a good thing with art. Fuck. Give me that. I gotta just put like a gate here or something. But yeah, this is, I want to expand over here as well. I sort of, my whole goal is to like occupy this shoreline and kind of wrap in, you know, and around. So like we'll go all the way over here and this corner, and then we'll sort of, you know, we might go all the way over there and just go till we reach ocean, you know. But we might be living in a big shape, and the Nubix cube is the center of it all. In the center of it all. Ah. Did you guys just hear me swallow right there? I don't know why I'm such a loud swallower. It's just like a thing I notice about myself. I'm a loud chewer and a loud swallower. Dude, when I was in high school, this girl that I had a crush on literally turned straight to me one time and said, "Why do you chew so loud?" And it was just devastating. She was really mean, but it was whatever. It's just like a funny thing I think about sometimes. Uh, young people are so cruel, man. They don't have to be, you know. I feel people always just talk about teenagers like it's just a given that they'll be evil no matter what happens because of hormones or whatever adults fucking talk about. But it's like, I think that's just people's cheap attempt to sort of distance themselves from that, you know, to make that period of their life less real, less something that they have to think about repeatedly. I'm also going to make it this farm real quick. I just wanted to toss some shit up there because this structure has just been depressing me the whole time I've been doing this series. But yeah, man, you know, people always are like, teenagers are just fucking miserable. Dude, teenagers don't even exist. That's not even a real thing in the world. That's just a term that marketing guys came up with because they needed like a word for that specific era of impressionability of young people in their lives. And I don't know. So teenagers, not real, not, you know, I don't think they have to be necessarily moody. I think the teenagers end up moody because it's the phase where the human body is beginning to realize that, like, you know, shit's fucked. You know, this is not the way that, you know, nature intended. I think teenagers become moody because a reality starts to form in their brain that is separate from, like, you know, the way that nature intended human brains to develop. I'm not going up here. I'm supposed to be going over here to this farm. Monsters are 1000% going to walk in here. And will a hoe finally work? Well, can I actually make one of those? Will a hoe finally work? That's me trying to find a job the last couple days. I got fired. And kind of just fucking sucks, you know, because how am I supposed to buy weed now? No, like, yeah, they fired me because I took 2 weeks off for a mental health like program that I was doing. And when I came back, they had changed up their whole computer system. They'd switched from an application to sort forms that I was using. It was made in like the 90s, and it was the one I was familiar with, the main one everyone used. But while I was gone, they fucking launched a separate software that we were going to use to do our jobs. And I took like a few weeks too long to adapt. And when I came back, and did I just delete all those stairs? I took a few weeks too long to adapt when I came back, and they fucking killed me. They shot me at point blank range. It's just the worst. I haven't given back the computer or anything yet. I've been fired for like 3 weeks, and just haven't given back the computer. Maybe it's been 2. I honestly don't remember. It doesn't. I honestly kind of already forgot I ever worked there. How do you get? I think you just have to hoe the ground, don't you, to get seeds? Yeah, this will all dry up. But yeah, guys, you know, society as it stands, it's pretty bad. You know, people get robbed of their experience, or their you know, their opportunity to experience the world all the time, just because they're not willing to dedicate, you know, 90% of their life or more to doing backbreaking labor for somebody else. You know, it's like I don't know how we managed to delude ourselves into thinking that just because the human body can make it to 90 and still work in a factory doesn't mean that, you know, it should. I don't know. Can I pick some of these up? Can I please? I want to get some of them. No wonder I only had fucking 7. Let me... This actually frustrates me to no end. Okay, well, I at least have 4 more than I did, so that's cool. Are doors normal yet, actually? Let me try this. I think that's why I made the second door, but I can't be sure. Are you gonna stay? Oh my god! Oh my god, it works! Oh my god! Dude, holy crap. I can't believe it. That's actually perfect. Fucking... Oh my god. Mom Donnie winning, and then the doors work in the new update. What's fucking next, dude? Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in theaters, December 5th. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for this video. You watched me walk around, you listened to me talk a little bit, you watched me build some stuff, but this is gonna be a shorter one because the last one was really long. Oh, and I made this cactus farm. And that's really not going to any use right now at all and won't be for like, I don't know, half a year until we get colored wool. Then I'll be able to make 9 green squares on the side of the Rubik's Cube using green wool. All right, take this bucket. I made it in this video, so it's fresh and new. So, you know, don't say I never give you anything nice at the end of these videos, all right? Like and subscribe now, by the way. That wasn't a joke at the beginning of the video. I was really offended that you weren't.